Hello everyone, this is Goosebumps Godzilla for another Goosebumps themed video, and today I'm going to be discussing how Slappy, the living ventriloquist dummy, is slowly becoming a actual dummy. Not as the dummy is in the ventriloquist dummy, but as in dummy he's not getting smarter, so the dummy is becoming a dummy. And so I'm going to explain this theory. And so let's get started. There are going to be minor spoilers for pretty much all of the Night of the Living Dummy books, but they're just minor, really nothing huge. But anyway, let's get started. So, Slappy made his debut in one of the most popular Goosebumps books of all time, Night of the Living Dummy. In this book, he shows massive signs of intelligence. He sits there and waits for Mr. Wood, his brother slash other living dummy slash rival, and he waited for him to be destroyed before Slappy finally revealed himself to be alive and took out his wrath. In Night of the Living Dummy 2, however, he's not as intelligent, but he doesn't know there's another living dummy in the house, so it's understandable. He's still pretty intelligent. You don't really see any huge signs of degrading in his mind. And same for Night of the Living Dummy 3. In Bride of the Living Dummy, he's not as intelligent, though. While not being alive for most of the book, he does come alive near the end, where he attacks a whole party of kids. That is messed up. I mean, in the original Night of the Living Dummy, he waited for the other dummy to go along. He waited. He's patient. In this one, he's attacking a whole party of kids. What is that? Anyway, in Slappy's Nightmare, most of the book is a nightmare, so you can't really tell anything about that, but in Revenge of the Living Dummy, same for that one. He's not really alive for most of the book. But in Slappy New Year, you can see an obvious sign of not that intelligent. I mean, this kid was doing the ventriloquist act for Slappy during Christmas, and he jumps out of the kid's hand and starts wrecking things, climbing up the Christmas tree, and just doing all this mayhem. And guess what happened? The kid gets blamed for it. I don't know how smart those parents think their child is, but you cannot be that smart to put like some computer chip to make a ventriloquist dummy destroy this whole entire house. It's just not right. It's not physically possible. But Slappy got lucky on this one, and no one thought that Slappy was actually alive. And that is so messed up. But anyway, also later in the book, he again attacks a party of kids. The kids can overpower him. One kid can overpower Slappy. His main weapon is his intelligence and his certain powers, but one of his main gifts is his intelligence and his patience on waiting for all the dangers to go away before he actually strikes. And in this book, he attacks this whole party of kids. How does that even happen? Well, anyway, in the next Slappy book, what is it? Okay, so next Slappy book really is in Slappy World. So, in Slappy World, you can see an obvious decline in his massive intellect. Let's just say the Slappy World series. So, at the beginning of each book, he keeps talking about how smart and intelligent and how good looking he is. It's really not that interesting. I usually just skip the intro because it's all he does is talk about how cool he is. And Slappy used to not be that prideful. I mean, what happened to him? He's obviously changed in some sort of personality. And also in the actual Slappy World books, he's become a lot more violent. Like in Diary of a dummy. Just right after the kid says the words out loud that bring him to life, he jumps out and starts attacking people and using his powers. What happened to the patient, stalking, living dummy that we know from the 90s? This Slappy's just attacking people and acting like a total, let's just say, imbecile. He's just attacking people, spewing cockroaches out of his mouth. I'm so funny. I'm sorry, but that just seems like a huge downgrade in his intelligence. And you might be saying, okay, fine, his personality changed a little bit. He's not acting as intelligent as he used to. That doesn't mean he's slowly becoming a dummy, right? Wrong. In one of the Slappy World books, I can't remember, he was talking about the magic words that bring him to life. And guess what he said? He thinks the words mean Slappy's awesome. He has no idea where it comes from, but he thinks it means Slappy's awesome. But then, in Night of the Living Dummy 2, it said that he knows the words which mean you and me are one now. He has to be either becoming dumber and dumber by the day, or someone gave him a hard knock on the head. Because you don't just forget the meaning of the words that actually give you life. You don't forget the meaning of that unless you're slowly becoming dumber or Slappy's suffering from a case of amnesia. And so, really, it's in my video. And just in case you didn't really pay that much attention, or something like that, or, just something happened, I'll go through short steps. He's not as patient. He brags more. He's more violent. And he just jumps out and starts attacking people. He's just not waiting carefully, putting the blame on the child, doing all this stuff. He's out there. He's in for the kill. He's not half as intelligent as he used to be. I mean, it's intelligent to wait until your other enemies are dead, but it's not intelligent to just go ahead and jump out and attack people and your enemies. I mean, that's not right. And so, you can see this obvious downgrade in his intelligence from the original Night of the Living Dummy book to Night of the Living Dummy 2. He still possesses basically the same intelligence. Night of the Living Dummy 3, basically the same. Bride of the Living Dummy, you can see an obvious decrease. And also in the Slappy's New Year, you can see an obvious decrease in his intelligence. And Slappy World, he's down to the lowest level of intelligence. I think soon, maybe 10 or 20 years from now, Slappy will not be able to talk. When he forgets the words that bring to life, he's probably done for. Well, that's just my opinion, and it's just a Goosebumps theory. But I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, please subscribe. And if you want to check out more of my videos, you can click on the the Calling All Creeps cover, and then it will show my whole channel and all the videos that I have. Well, that's the end of my video, and I hope you enjoyed. Slappy is slowly becoming dumber.